you very much.
I am an egoist. Why? Because I am working day and night for my profit. You can say that. As the organization is going to the above level, the people, I am giving employment, generating employment for thousands of the people.
Self-realization को तो हमने supreme माना ही माना है, लेकिन आप self-realization को ego से मत जोड़िए. अगर आप केवल अपना सोचते हैं, self-centric हैं, totally self-centric हैं, तो आप दूसरे का सोच नहीं सकते. ये मैं आपसे कुछ challenge कर सकता हूँ. Human being is the only division which can change its course of life, which can think about it and decide to act against their wishes, against their desire. They can change their desires, they can change their course of life, they can do everything. And I feel pity on some of us humans, those who behave like animals. Subject where we said, are moral values degrading amongst the humans in general? And particularly us in Indians. So ये हम discuss कर रहे थे, तो I'll just brief you in few minutes. We discussed that this question of right and wrong is man-made. It is individual between us, every individual. What is right for you may be wrong for me. What is wrong for me can be right for you. And then we decided to go through the composition of this world and humanity. We said other than the 5 basic elements, world comprises of 4 other things: minerals, vegetables, animals, and human beings. And then we compared that human beings can also be compared with these 4 beings, which is, it can be a mineral person who is very self-centric, only to himself or herself. A person thinks of beyond that, thinks about their family and other things, is a vegetable human being. A person who is beyond that, who thinks about his society, his country, or her country, etc., is an animal human being. And one who considers good for all human beings in the world is a human being. And the person who transcends beyond the terrestrial boundaries of this world is considered as a godly human being. So ये किया हमने. उसके बाद we went into 5 elements of human beings' existence, which is life, code of living, how and why we act, what are the actions, do emotions play any role, what is the wisdom. And then we delved into what is self-realization is necessary or not, and then ultimately that what is the eventually far realization of the eventual truth. And then we want to know the unknown. We went into dwelling when this world was created, by whom. We say, somebody say that it was a chemical reaction between 2 molecules which took millions of years, then the life came into it. Some people believe that God who created this world. So it still remains a kind of a mystery or unknown thing which we are all looking for. And we went into the frame of minds. Our mind is in 3 states of being. One is a restless situation when the mind is restless. And then we said it's an imperfect mind most of the time, because our mind goes into past very quickly, goes into future very quickly. Past, when we think of, we have regrets in life. But when we think of past, then there are anxieties get created. ये ठीक होगा, नहीं होगा, बुरा होगा, अच्छा होगा. And then there was a state of perfect mind. So हम लोगों ने ये discuss किया. And then we went into physical, emotional, and intellectual state of thing. And lack of information, understanding, and experiences lead us to ignorance. And the abundance of all these 3 lead us to the wisdom. And what is the code of living? We concluded in this show that giving is better than taking. Remain in the happy situation than the sorrow or misery. Because when you will hurt anybody, you yourself will be miserable. Love than hatred. and knowledge versus ignorance. So a code of conduct can be defined by your beliefs, by your religion, by your forefathers, by yourself. So anyway, let us say that the moral values for each one of us is our own personal thing. So, but लेकिन समझना ज़रूर पड़ेगा कि हम लोगों की सच्चाई क्या है, और सच्चाई से फिर आगे हमको राइट और रोंग में जाएंगे, और राइट और रोंग जब समझ में आ जाएगा तो फिर हमारे को समझ में आएगा कि वेदर द ग्राफ और द पैरामीटर ऑफ वैल्यूज इज गोइंग अप और गोइंग डाउन. तो इसी कड़ी में मैं ये कहूँगा कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्टिंग एंड एक्शन इज माय क्वेश्चन टू यू.
Acting is somewhat which you want to project something, and action is which it comes instant.
Acting also is projection,
yeah,
and action is
which comes instant.
Which comes instantly. Okay, ठीक है, बताइए. और yes.
Hello, sir. Acting is something which is superficial, whereas actions are deeply associated. They come from within.
Very good answer. Very good. What, as rightly she said, acting is something is being done without your own selfish purpose. मुझे भूख लगी है, खाना खाना है. Acting is lifeless actually. Other than maintaining yourself, other than fulfilling your desires, there is no purpose in the acting. Whereas when you are taking some action, then you first think about it, you plan it, you have an objective to achieve, you have a productive thing to achieve, there is a life in the action. So that is the difference between acting and action. Selfless, and actions are mostly selfless. कुछ लोग, those who are doing good to the society, they are also doing action. और इस प्रकार का हमने एक क्लब DSC बनाया है, जिसमें हम ऐसे लोगों को लिस्ट भी करते हैं, और हम अपने व्यूअर्स से भी पूछेंगे कि अगर जो अभी मैं दिखाने वाला हूं आपको, अगर इस प्रकार के कुछ लोग आपके भी ध्यान में आए तो हमें ज़रूर लिख भेजिए. एक देखिए कि किस प्रकार एक गांव वालों ने अपना कुछ चीज़ करने के लिए खुद को खुद उठ के कुछ काम किया.
हरियाणा का भिवानी जिला, जहां के खिलाड़ी खासकर बॉक्सर्स दुनिया भर में हमारे देश का परचम लहरा रहे हैं. वहीं इसी जिले के एक गांव प्रेमनगर से करीब 25 नेशनल लेवल हॉकी के खिलाड़ी कई हॉकी टूर्नामेंट्स में भाग ले चुके हैं. यहाँ के बच्चे बच्चे में स्पोर्ट्समैन बनने का जुनून है, देश के लिए मेडल लाने का जुनून है, लेकिन नहीं है तो एक स्टेडियम. और इसी कमी को पूरा करने के लिए इन गांव के युवाओं ने खुद ही एक स्टेडियम तैयार कर दिया.
हमने स्टेडियम का निर्माण के लिए जी तोड़ मेहनत की है. यहाँ पहले आते थे CRG स्टेडियम के नाम पे कुछ नहीं था. बच्चे आते थे, आगे चले जाते थे. जो बच्चे रनिंग करते थे वो भी वहाँ जाके रनिंग करके आने थे. उनको कोई सुविधा नहीं थी यहाँ रनिंग करने के लिए.
गांव के ग्राउंड की सुविधा को देखते यहाँ पर इस तरह की कोई भी सुविधा नहीं है. ग्राउंड में घास उगा हुआ है. जहाँ तक यहाँ तक ग्राउंड का देखा जाए तो गांव के प्रयास से ये ग्राउंड चल रहा है. सरकार ने इसमें कोई भी सुविधा नहीं दी है.
ग्रामीणों का कहना है कि इस समस्या के निदान के लिए गांव का प्रतिनिधिमंडल कई बार विधायकों और मंत्रियों से लेकर अधिकारियों के पास भी गया, लेकिन कुछ हाथ न लगा. 1999 से लेकर आज से 8 महीने पहले तक इस स्टेडियम में गहरे गड्ढे थे, झाड़ियां थी, जो इस स्टेडियम की बदहाली को बयां करती थी. लेकिन कहते हैं ना, कुछ कर गुजरने का जज्बा हो तो मंजिल दूर नहीं होती. बस इसी जज्बे के साथ युवाओं ने गांव वालों से चंदा इकट्ठा करना शुरू किया, और देखते ही देखते 2.5 लाख रुपए स्टेडियम की मरम्मत के लिए इकट्ठा कर लिए.
और सभी गाँव वालों ने अच्छी सपोर्ट की हमें, और जो सरपंच साहब उन्होंने अच्छी सपोर्ट की. पंचायत की सभी सपोर्ट से
जो भी सामान की सुविधा वो गांव की तरफ से ही हो रही है, और सरकार की तरफ से कोई सुविधा नहीं है.
हालांकि इस स्टेडियम को सरकार से मान्यता देने की गुहार भी गांव वाले पिछले 16 सालों में कई बार लगा चुके हैं, लेकिन सरकार से उम्मीद इन्हें ज्यादा नहीं है. बहरहाल एक बात तो तय है, कि स्टेडियम बनने या उसको मान्यता मिलने के इंतजार में ये गांव किसी भी नन्हे ध्यानचंद को स्टेडियम के इंतजार में रखने के मूड में तो बिल्कुल नहीं है। तो अगर आपने भी देखा है किसी में कुछ कर गुजरने का जज्बा, तो हमें लिख भेजिए clubdsc@zmedia.slgroup.com पर, और हम करेंगे पूरे देश के साथ आपके जज्बे को सलाम।
ये जब तक हम अपने चीज़ों को अपने हाथ में नहीं लेंगे और एक्शन करना शुरू नहीं करेंगे एक्टिंग की बजाय, तो शायद ये विश्व इतना सुंदर ना हो जो हम चाहते हैं। डू इमोशन प्ले एनी रोल in understanding ourselves, in going to the truth? Or does it have any connection with the value system or not? We felt that emotions vary from this extreme to the other extreme. Uske few examples which we have taken. Emotions can be sensual on one side, but the same emotions can be sublime on the other side. It can be very personal on one extreme, it could become very impersonal on the other side. From selfish to unselfish, there is a big gap between selfish and unselfish. हमने पहले आपको जैसे बताया कि human being can be mineral human beings. जो totally self-centric है, अपना सिर्फ देखता है, वो is equated with the mineral. कोई movement नहीं है उसमें, कुछ एवोल्यूशन नहीं है उसमें। और जो आदमी सबका भला सोचता है, he is a evolved human being or human being. And then preferential to universal. That's what we say. These are the emotions. Sum total of the above, these 5-6 things which we discussed, life, code of living, and action to activity, all these things, they convert the frail form of emotion into a pillar of strength. If the emotions are selfless, if the emotions are universal, if they are sublime, they become your strength. Otherwise, emotions can be very big weakness. Do you remember any action in your life when you felt the emotion became your weakness?
I am sharing my incident. It is 3 to 4 years back. I have seen one drug abused boy on the streets, and at that time I was more helpless because I am not able to understand how can I help that boy, because
and
there
the
are
boy
some,
was dying in front of you.
Not actually dying, but the guy was totally drug abused. He is
Drug abused. Okay.
Yeah, he was totally drug abused, and he is not in the state so that he can move or he can go anywhere. But I am more helpless because I am seeing that boy is sitting in front of me and I cannot do anything. So at that time I was emotionally weak.
Any other experience, any other incidents?
I saw a man along with a lady and 2 small children. So that man told me that I was in Ajmer at that time. I have lost my every money somewhere. I want to go back to Rampur. I live in Rampur. You please take my luggage and give me some money. So I thought first that he is making fool of me. But by seeing that small child, so I thought that he may be 1% right. So I gave him 1,000 rupees. He gave me his number. Then he immediately went away. When I called him after 5 minutes, the phone was not reachable. So by emotions, I got full on that day, but just I took chance that he may be 1% right. So I can help him. These children can go back to their
So
homes.
you had a universal emotion that moment rather than a preferential emotion.
Yeah.
You could have preferred not to think about your logic, and you could have preferred not to give that money.
Yeah.
But that moment you said, what if 1% this person is saying what he's saying is right? You would have probably have regrets. So and universal emotion became much heavier on you that moment.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes.
So, sir, I'd like to quote an incident whereby there was this beggar sitting on the roadside, and she had 3 kids. So as I was moving towards, I was going somewhere, So the kids, they came running to me asking for money, and it was very, very risky because the road was very busy. So at that point of time, I felt like, why are these children doing like that? Like, I got irritated at first. But then I thought it's not their fault. This is what they have learned right from the beginning. And as I was filled with anger, I literally scolded that lady, their mother. And I asked her, why on earth you have so many kids? You can't afford them. You don't deserve to have these kids. You can't spoil their life. And her response was, "Pata nahi, madam, ho jate hain." And that made me felt so powerless. It made me feel so stupid. And it felt like everything I'm trying to do, like the education, everything, it's going down the drain. Because we can't really change that situation. And I know I'm wrong in saying that we can't really change that situation. But I'm not really sure if we'll be able to change the situation in its entirety. So the thing is that there's this constant dilemma, there's this constant conflict between what we want to do and what we can do. So whenever we think about doing something positive, it just comes into my mind that I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that completely. And if I think that way, then I start feeling that I didn't even try that, and still I'm feeling that way.
I have a similar incident. There is a body called World Vision, which takes care of orphan children. And as a volunteer, what you can do is you can sponsor a child's education. So I am associated with that body, and I am sponsoring a few children. In my life, I personally had a financial meltdown because I had invested some money in startups and lost a lot of money where, my personal bank balance went in a lot of negative. So the emotion which became my weakness at that point was helplessness, because I knew that I have to constantly invest in these people. But, this helplessness emotion at that point when I didn't have money overpowered me, and at some point I had to stop funding them. That became my weakness. Although I knew that I can loan out some money from friends, but that situation was such I didn't know how to act. Should I loan out money, because I am personally in a very bad debt situation.
Yeah, so the selfish emotions became more powerful than unselfish emotions.
Helplessness and selfishness, yeah.
That led to helplessness. Your emotional situation at that moment was being selfish. कि भाई मेरा खुद का ही हालत फाइनेंशियली खराब है, मैं इसको और करके दूंगा तो कहीं से लोन लेके दूंगा, तो लोन कैसे चुकाऊंगा, तो क्या करूंगा. So selfish emotion became more powerful. Yes.
This incident which I would like to narrate is in 2012 in Bangalore. I was associated with an NGO. That NGO used to give training to students or the people those are searching for job, and on the basis of the training which they get, they are able to find jobs. Now what happened that I was in a shop and I was purchasing some grocery, and a lady came to the shopkeeper and asked whether with a boy, and she asked whether the shopkeeper can give some job to the boy. And I just overheard all that, and the shopkeeper said, "No, I cannot give any job, I don't have any job," and the lady along with the boy left. That time I overheard, and I thought, why can't I help? And that emotion gave me the strength to, after that I followed that lady. I just tried to find out where she is along with the boy, and she was near in the locality. I just approached her and I asked her that she was looking for a job for the boy. She said yes. Then I said, "See, I know an NGO which can help your child." Then she gave me, we decided next day I will take that boy to the NGO. Next day that boy came to my house. I took him to the NGO. There we asked about how old he is. He was a minor, so the NGO couldn't give the training to the boy, but they gave him a good counseling and spoke to his mother and allowed make them to go school, because the boy was avoiding school because of some reasons, and that's why his mother was trying to find a job for him. So this is how the emotion gave me strength to act, to help someone.
Very good. Very good.
We try to contribute either in temple or something. So at times we see like people distributing prasad or some money. but I also go to temple at times. But like I have seen people who gave food or blankets, the person who are receiving, they in turn sell it to someone. And I just asked someone like, it's a cold shiver, you are shivering, but why are you selling it? So the lady said, Allah kamaye, Allah de to hum kyun kamaye. So that was such a pathetic reason. I felt like the person who is given charity is making even worse situation. Like they are not even now doing it on their own. So at that time I felt really pathetic. Like one person helping to the society, and another person is taking that help in a wrong way and using it for something like drugs or something. So in a way, whole of the like Cash 69 situation.
That we'll call it obscene emotion kind of a thing. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yes.
I've served in Indian Army around 6 years. So I was operating somewhere in counter-insurgency operations and all. So it happened that we went for one of the operations where there was a one-day walk. So once the operation started, so there was a casualty when they said he got a bullet. So the guy was lying just in front of me, and he has served with me for 2 years. So he was trying to say that, you know, when the blood started pouring out, so he was saying, Saab, mujhe bacha lo. I have a family, we have small kids to look after. So I had to carry on the operation because I was leading the operation. So, but I felt a little helpless and all, because by the time we could evacuate him and bring him back, we lost him. So the guy was with me for 2 years, so I felt very bad. I was really helpless. I could not save him.
Yeah, these are emotions which really remain with us. Sometimes almost throughout the life. So moving on and keeping these, I mean, in a way wonderful emotions, on the other hand sad experiences really make us feel to do some things better, to do something, and that is the moral value. So these emotions, which I'm glad to hear from different people, different kind of emotional experiences, does establish that there is a very good connectivity between the moral values, human virtues with the emotions. And that's why I would further say that the emotions can become from obscene to pure, from gross to subtle. Because what you felt that moment, slowly that gross sensation, gross emotion, that moment that you felt helpless, at that time it must be very intense. But now it has converted into subtle emotion in yourself, because you will still want to not to let that kind of incidents repeated or some such thing. So that's the good pure form of from gross emotion to subtle emotions, from demonic to divine emotions. And these things bring us to, I will equate emotions with the medicine. And if the medicine taken in a right doses, it will cure you, it will help you to make a better world. But the medicine taken without the administered situation, you feeling the helplessness and things like that, they will be disastrous. So we do have to convert the helplessness into the measured, administered emotions, is what my conclusion would be on the emotional side of it.
Sir, most of the people that have been sharing experiences have been about the among humans. I am saying nobody is having any experiences to share with, say, for plants, animals. I mean, at the end of the day, they are also living beings, and we should have some emotional things towards them as well. So, I mean, could there be, is it only that emotions are connected to humans only? Can't we, in a society, include all the living beings and go ahead?
I told you earlier itself that the varied emotions from preferential to universal is nothing but, what I'm suggesting is it has to be universal. The moment we say universal, we have to feel the same way, not only for human, for all the universe. The good emotion is the universal emotion, not the preferential emotion. What you are talking is, many times we prefer to express our emotion from human to human. And that is what the moral value is. The human value or human virtue is to convert that preferential emotion into universal emotion.
Considering the emotions which have been shared by the friends, I am having one question that sometimes the situations leaves us in a dilemma that what to do and what not to do. So in that situation, what should be done and how the action should be taken?
No, you have to have clarity of thoughts. Because you see, it is not administered emotion, that moment. The moment you have confusion, okay, what should I do, what should I not do, that leads us to further chaos, further bad things. And इसी के लिए हम discussion कर रहे हैं to understand the human composition, our minds, the way it reacts, the way it thinks, and how do we should react. So, इसी की कड़ी में मैं आपके जवाब शायद इसमें मिल जाए. हमने पीछे बात की, आपको briefly मैंने टच किया, that wisdom is what will make our emotions much more meaningful and remove all kind of confusion. And ignorance is opposite of the wisdom. And where is the ignorance coming from? The lack of information, lack of understanding, and lack of experiences. This is where that leads into ignorance. And ignorance is anti-wisdom. एक प्रिंस किसी अच्छे साधु महात्मा के पास जाता है, उसके पास प्रणाम करने गया है, उससे कुछ शिक्षा लेने के लिए गया है, कुछ समझने के लिए गया है, तो वो उससे पूछता है कि महात्मा आप मुझे बताइए कि परमात्मा क्या है, गॉड क्या है, एंड वेयर इज लाइफ और व्हाट इज लाइफ. तो साधु उससे पूछता है कि भाई तुम कौन हो, मुझे ये तो बताओ जरा पहले, तुम कौन हो. बोले सर मेरा नाम गजपति है, मैं गजपति हूं. उसने कहा कि भैया आई अप्रिशिएट दैट इज योर नेम, बट टेल मी हु यू आर. ये तो आपने अपना नाम बताया, बट हु यू आर. तो उसका जवाब वो देता है, सर मैं प्रिंस हूं, एक राजकुमार हूं. और वो जवाब सुनने के बाद वो कहता है दैट इज योर स्टेटस, हु यू आर. अब उसको समझ में आया प्रिंस को, यार किधर बता रहा है, पर साधु है, बड़ा ज्ञानी है, जानकार है. तो उसने कहा सर मैं शायद एक ह्यूमन बीइंग हूं. उसने सोचा कि महात्मा ये सोच रहे हैं कि मैं अहंकार में हूं, कि मेरा नाम ये है, मैं प्रिंस हूं, वो हूं. उसने कहा सर मैं ह्यूमन बीइंग हूं. तो वो कहता है कि यस यू आर ए ह्यूमन एंड नॉट ए बर्ड, नॉट ए बीस्ट, but that is the species which you belong to. You are a species which you belong to. You have not yet told me who you are. तो उस पे अब वो बेचारा और परेशान है. उसने रियलाइज किया कि भाई मैं तो सर्कल में जा रहा हूँ, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. तो उससे फिर वो पूछता है कि जी मैं भी आई एम माई बॉडी, mind and intellect, composition of all these three define me as a person. वो महात्मा से पूछता है. वो कहता नहीं, they are your material equipments, your body, your mind, your intellect. They too belong to you. Your body belong to you, your mind belong to you, your intellect is developed by you. So something which belong to you cannot be you, na? Then उसको फिर भी नहीं समझ में आया. तो then he says that I now recognize, sir, that I don't know myself. Kindly let me know who I am and how does that relate to my inquiry to the God. पूछा तो मैंने आपसे ये था कि परमात्मा कौन है, आपने मेरे को ही कंफ्यूज कर दिया. So then he is answering, dear prince, you are the supreme self, the divine core of your person. The body, mind and intellect are mere vestures enveloping yourself. The self is known, different belief may be knowing different thing. Some belief says that it is Atman in Sanskrit, God in English, Allah in Urdu, or something or the other. You will have to find it yourself within through your own introspection, through study, through reflection. So we have to find our true self. The moment we find our true self, all these confusions and all these things will go away. How many of you feel that you know yourself?
What I believe is, sir, हम सभी लोग परमात्मा का अंश हैं. So in order to know ourselves, जैसे आपने पूछा कि क्या करना चाहिए, रिफ्लेक्शन अपना देखना चाहिए. What I believe is कि जब आप ध्यान लगाते हैं, जब भी आप सोचते हैं, जब परमात्मा के ध्यान करते हैं, जब भी, then you get to know about yourself. और एक और इंस्टेंस मैं कोट करना चाहूँगा. Whenever you think to decide, जब भी आप कोई चीज़ डिसाइड करना चाहते हैं, सो हाउ टू टेक अ डिसीजन, या कैसे आप डिसाइड करते हैं. जैसे अपने बारे में अगर कुछ सोचना चाहता हूँ या बताना चाहता हूँ, तो कैसे मैं डिसाइड करूँगा कि मैं क्या हूँ. तो उसके लिए व्हेन वी फ्लिप अ कॉइन एंड व्हेन इट कम्स डाउन, एट दैट मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम यू फील कि ये होना चाहिए. तो दैट मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम, नॉट बाय द रिजल्ट, बट दैट मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम यू कम टू रियलाइज कि व्हाट you want and what you are.
Lot of time it happens that we know who we are, but it's difficult to accept that we are this kind of person. It's a reaction that even if you realize that you are a selfless person, but you will not accept it. So you don't want the world will know that you are selfless or you are a biased person. So that's where a line which is difficult to draw.
नॉलेज, स्वामी विवेकानंद ने भी कहा, सबने कहा, महात्मा गांधी, सबने कहा कि अच्छी चीज है, that takes you towards wisdom, that takes you towards moral values, that brings you, makes you a virtuous human being. Everything is good. लेकिन इग्नोरेंस फिर भी हमारे अंदर है. जब तक हम अपने आप को नहीं पहचानेंगे, कितने वो एजुकेशन जो एक्वायर कर रहे हो आप, वो आपको फिर भी अधूरा रखेगी कहीं ना कहीं. उसको अपने आप को पूर्ण बनाइए, पूरा बनाइए. पूरा बनाने के लिए अपने आप को पहचानना जरूरी है, अपने आप को जानना जरूरी है. गौतम बुद्ध ने यही सिखाया और उन्होंने कहा कि ये एक यूनिवर्सल सच्चाई है जो हम जानते हैं कि हम सब सांस लेते हैं लेकिन फिर भी जानते नहीं. तो व्हाट ही इज सेइंग, डू नॉट बिलीव इन व्हाट यू हैव हर्ड, डू नॉट बिलीव इन ट्रेडिशन बिकॉज इट इज हैंडेड डाउन टू यू फ्रॉम मैनी जनरेशंस. उनको क्वेश्चन करिए, देखिए वो सही है कि नहीं है. हो सकता है वो अच्छी चीज है, लेकिन डू नॉट बिलीव जस्ट बिकॉज दैट दे आर कमिंग आउट फ्रॉम जनरेशन. डू नॉट बिलीव इन एनीथिंग दैट हैज बीन स्पोकन फ्रॉम मेनी टाइम्स. और आज के युग में तो खासकर मत यकीन करिए. जितना बड़ा झूठ, उतनी ही ऊंची उसकी आवाज होगी, उतनी बार ज्यादा उसको आपको सुनाया जाएगा. डू नॉट बिलीव बिकॉज द रिटन स्टेटमेंट्स कम फ्रॉम सम ओल्ड सेज, साधु महात्मा पुराने से, उससे रिटर्न में लिखा है, आपने पढ़ा है कि उन्होंने ये कहा, इसलिए विश्वास करो. नहीं करो. डू नॉट बिलीव इन कंजेक्चर्स, ये हुआ तो इसलिए ये हुआ, इसलिए ये होगा. डू नॉट बिलीव इन अथॉरिटी और टीचर्स और द एल्डर्स. ही सेज दैट ओके, लिसन टू देम, अपने चीज पर मनन करो, उसको सोचो कि ठीक कह रहा है कि नहीं कह रहा है. जस्ट मेयरली बिकॉज डॉक्टर सुभाष चंद्र ने कहा तो सच ही होगा, कुछ नहीं है उसमें. उस इल्यूजन में मत रहिए. कोई भी कहे, वो अपने अनुभव पर उतारो उसको. एंड इसलिए उसने कहा, बट आफ्टर केयरफुल ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड एनालिसिस, व्हेन इट एग्रीज विद रीजंस and if it will benefit one and all, when you know that it is a universal emotion, it will benefit one and all, then accept it and live by it. And that's what knowing the truth.
Humans use emotions against humans for their own benefit. First part of it is, how do we judge that and how do we not fall for it? Second would be, how do we control humanity from doing that, because ultimately we are losing faith on emotions, on real emotion a human being shows. Maybe there's some ulterior motive out of it.
Okay, very good question, very good question. I would like to take you to a slide. See, here is the circle which is self. Self comprises of body, mind, intellect. So what does the body do? It perceives and it is acting also. That results into physical personality. That makes our personality, what we are. Then comes your mind. What does the mind do? It feels emotions like what we discussed earlier. Different form of mind will have different results here. But that develops your emotional personality. And then is your intellect. That comes out of your knowledge, your education. And intellect, what does the intellect do? It thinks. It deciphers. That's what Buddha said. Think about it. Don't just merely believe. It thinks and then it contemplates. And that makes your spiritual personality. And the combination of physical, emotional, and intellectual and spiritual personality is what makes you a human being. जहाँ ये आ गया, आपने पहचान लिया कि ये चीज़ है, तो यहाँ पे जो आपने कहा कि emotions are used to harm other people will not happen. So anyway, I think स्वामी विवेकानंद से ये भी सुना है कि जिस संयम के द्वारा, संयम means patience के द्वारा, if your willpower develops और उसका प्रवाह को अपने वश में कर लिया जाता है, तो वह फलदायी हो जाता है. मन, संयम और विधि को सीखना ही शिक्षा कहलाती है. That's the wisdom. शिक्षा equal to wisdom. That's what they have said. So ये बहुत सी चीजें हैं, and even they have connected education with the moral also. उसपे ये कहा कि if we people we are ethical मनुष्य बनना चाहते हों, यदि हम लोग मोरालिटी को अपने जीवन में मर्यादा देना चाहते हों, तो हमें एक सदाचारी, मोरल या धर्मपरायण मनुष्य बनना होगा. शिक्षा को इतना सक्षम अवश्य होना चाहिए कि वह हमें सदाचारी मनुष्य में परिवर्तित कर सके. लेकिन moral education are missing today from our education system. That is different, but that comes from your surroundings, your belief system, your families, your upbringing, your genes, you acquire something. So all these issues are there. So with this, I would say that thank you very much for listening to me carefully. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
जर तुम्हाला डॉक्टर सुभाषचंद्रा शो मध्ये सहभागी होण्याची इच्छा असेल तर आम्हाला SMS करा. DSC स्पेस द्या, तुमचं नाव टाईप करा आणि पाठवा 57575 वर. तुम्ही ईमेलही करू शकता dsc@zmedia.slgroup.com वर.
झी 24 तास रहा एक पाऊल पुढे.